One Piece episode 1083 was focused on Buggy and his new organization, Cross Guild. The organization shook the world as Mihawk and Crocodile, two of the most famous pirates, were working under Buggy, a Yonko. The entire world was under the impression that Buggy had some incredible authority, which made the two former Shichibukai work for him. Luffy found out about it in episode 1083, but he was sure that it was a mistake because he had seen Buggy's true nature. The episode also included other reveals. One of them concerned the Minks. They are close allies with the Kozuki clan and wanted to help restore their authority in Wano. So, they tagged along for the massive war against Kaido and Orochi. Both the rulers of the Mikomo dukedom, along with their most trusted underlings, traveled to Wano. With the war over, Nekomamushi and Inuarashi decided to stay in Wano and protect Momonosuke. With both the rulers staying in Wano, the throne of the Mikomo dukedom would be empty. So, they had to make a decision and pick their successor. Pedro would have been the obvious choice if he hadn't died on Whole Cake Island. Surprisingly, they decided to pick Carrot. When she learned about their decision, she was shocked. However, it was the right decision considering how much she had grown in such a short period of time. The next reveal was centered around a man who could change One Piece forever. As the three supernovas were getting ready to leave the country, Kid could be seen talking to Killer about their next destination. Kid revealed that they needed to find the man with the burned scar. By locating this mystery man, their chances of claiming the One Piece would go up significantly. Luffy did not know about this individual, and Kid decided not to reveal any additional details. However, he did confirm that they did not have any idea where the man with the burned scar was. The Kid pirates will definitely try to locate this man, so that he can guide them toward the treasure. It seems highly likely that this individual might have access to the Last Road Poneglyph, which also disappeared mysteriously. Luffy is not one to look for shortcuts, but there is a strong chance that his next destination will bring him closer to the man with the burned scar. One Piece episode 1084 release date. The next episode of One Piece might not be action-packed, but fans will be waiting to watch it regardless. One Piece episode 1084 will be released on November 19th, 2023. It will be titled, Time to Depart the Land of Wano and the Straw Hats. From the title, it is quite evident that it will be focused on the Straw Hats as they get ready to leave Wano. The crew arrived in Wano with the aim of beating Kaido and liberating the country from his rule. However, he wasn't the only obstacle standing in their way. Soon, they had to face the threat of Big Mom and her crew. The Straw Hats had to ally with others, but in the end, they achieved their goal. One Piece episode 1084 will probably cover the adventure of the Straw Hats in Wano and how they completed their mission. There will be a lot of filler content in episode 1084, which is understandable as Toei will want to end things on a high note. Luffy and Momonosuke will have one last exchange to talk with each other. The two met under odd circumstances, but have grown closer over time. At that time, Momonosuke was no more than a child who was carrying a massive burden. He told Luffy about his suffering, and the latter was more than happy to help him. Luffy was the only person who told Momonosuke things as they were. Due to this reason, there is a great deal of respect between the two, even though they do not show it. The amount of hardship that they have endured has definitely brought them together, so the interaction will be incredibly emotional. One Piece episode 1084 will also cover Otama and Luffy's final interaction. She was the first person who was kind to him in Wano, and she even gave him rice to eat. They will share one last meal before the pirates depart Wano. Otama will feel overwhelmed by Luffy and his crew's exit. And in other news, One Piece. Has Oda revealed the identity of the first Joy Boy race? After more than 20 years in the making, many mysteries surrounding the One Piece series remain to be solved. In One Piece, Eiichiro Oda built an expanse of world building, and his masterful use of foreshadowing often plants subtle hints and clues early on that become significant and impactful later in the story. The story utilizes foreshadowing to build anticipation, create mystery, and establish a sense of depth and continuity. Coupled with this, Oda occasionally drops hints and cryptic statements through dialogue or narration that foreshadow future events or plot twists. These can be easily missed on a first read, but gain relevance and meaning as the story unfolds. The mystery surrounding who the new Joy Boy might be is presumed to be none other than Monkey D. Luffy. However, the true identity and race of the first Joy Boy remain unknown, but Oda has left many breadcrumbs and hints throughout the series. The concept of bloodline. Bloodlines are integral to the succession and inheritance of power in One Piece. The descendants of the founding families are seen as world nobles and maintain their dominance through their bloodline. In this way, the bloodline plays an important role in the series, and it has been significantly dictating the role of the oppressed and oppressors. An example is how the celestial dragons treat fishmen and humans as properties. The significance of bloodlines extends to the knowledge of ancient weapons and poneglyphs, which are essential components of the One Piece world's history and future. Certain families and individuals with specific bloodlines, like the Kazuki clan and Nico Robin, can read poneglyphs, which contain critical information about the world's history, lost treasures, and the location of ancient weapons. Bloodlines are a key factor in preserving and unlocking this knowledge. In the flashback to the events at God Valley, Kuma told Saturn that if he possessed any ability through the devil fruit, he would use it to save people, just like the sun god Nika. However, Saturn declared that the Buccaneer race deserved annihilation for that reason. In other words, the strong desire to eradicate a whole race by the world government is always to preserve their rule. The destruction of O'Hara because of their venture into the Void Century treads the same line with their fear of the reemergence of a new sun god, Nika, from the Buccaneer bloodline. After all, to the world nobles, the bloodline transcends all. There is a strong belief among the celestial dragons that bloodline and a person's destiny are bound together, since it is through their royal blood that they became rulers of the world. The Big Straw Hat at Mary Joy. The portrayal of Imu as a highly influential figure at the pinnacle of the world government would play a vital role in shaping the world of One Piece. After the Straw Hat Pirates reclaimed Dressrosa and the news became viral, Chapter 906 of the manga and Episode 885 of the anime revealed a shadowy figure presumed to be the Great Imu and a big straw hat in a cell. At that time, fans can only observe that Luffy has a connection to a revered figure in the past. However, with the revelation of how Sun God Nika is a legend passed on in the Buccaneer race, the revealment of the Big Straw Hat aligns with the theory that Sun God Nika might be from the Buccaneer race, hence their destruction by the world government. The Buccaneer race is a race of people who have giant blood running through their veins. This means they are physically huge but not like giants and possess massive strength, hence the theory that the Big Straw Hat and Mary Joy could belong to a figure in their race. Oda is a great user of foreshadowing, and it is no surprise that the recent backstory of the Buccaneer race and Kuma in the manga can be linked back to the big reveal of the Straw Hat sitting in the dark moldy cell of Mary Joy. This Straw Hat in question can be presumed to be a property of the old Joy Boy, whose legend was spoken among the Buccaneer people for generations. That's a wrap for this video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'll be back with more amazing videos very soon.